What's going on, my people? Do me a favor, please. Check out DNKKnives.com when you're shopping for a knife. And you can use this coupon code behind the edge 10 to get yourself 10% off of that knife that you purchase. I want to thank DNK, Don Farmer, for sending this knife along for me to check out. Very much appreciated. I'm going to turn this air off. This is the Spyderco Bodacious. Also, this is my 1000th video upload. So it's kind of a milestone. I know it doesn't mean a lot at all, but I haven't been keeping count. I just happened to see it when I was on my analytics that this will be my 1000th upload. So that's pretty cool. Took a couple years to get that. So all the people who support the channel with memberships and Patreon, and even the few super chats that I've gotten, I very much appreciate it because it helps keep it going. And I'm just happy that everybody watches and all that good stuff. So today we are going to talk about the Bodacious, which is a this particular one is in the Spy 27. They also come in S30V, satin blade, or black blade. It has a blue G10. This is cobalt blue, but it's a smooth G10, which I actually didn't know that they were rocking the smooth G10 until I got this in. And this is not my knife, so I have to send it back. But I like the smooth G10. They've done it a few times on sprint runs and stuff like that in the past. It's not grippy at all, but it doesn't have to be, and it's real matte, so it's not slick or anything, so it's not a big deal. I actually like it. It's different. It's different, and this knife is not that different from the Shaman. The profile is extremely similar. The blade also extremely similar. All around, the knife in general is very, very similar to the Shaman, but I think it's different enough to make sense. A lot of people didn't like the Shaman. I know that's crazy to even say because it's a very popular knife, but some people didn't care for it because it was much thicker, heavier. This one's like a slimmed down version. The blade is a little ground a little bit thinner and different, but it is still a robust full-size knife. Real quick, I'm going to get the blade measurement because I did no homework whatsoever on this knife. So it's about 3 5/8 inch. Here it is. So you kind of have an idea of its size. This is the Stretch 2XL. This is the Military 2. These are large Spyderco folders that I have. So it is a good size knife. The handle to blade ratio is a little better than these as well. And I know that bothers a lot of people. Feels good in hand. Ergonomics are great. The compression lock, there's nothing I can say that everybody doesn't already know about that lock. It's a great lock. It works very, very well. The clip can be tip up no matter what, but it could be left or right hand. Has a stainless backspacer. And again, it's very, very similar to the Shaman, but just different enough that I think it barely, but I think, it's not a redundant knife, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. This one is in Spy 27. Not my favorite, but if you wait, Spyderco will inevitably bring out different steels. S90V will probably be next with the carbon fiber handles. Hopefully they do this in 15V if they have enough 15V left over. But yeah, crew wear, if you wait it out, you'll get the one that you want in the blade steel that you want. The original is an S30V, which is great. The Spy 27 is going to be basically like, it's going to perform very similar to S35 VM, which is a little tougher than S30V, but not quite the edge retention, but it's very, very, it's not really noticeable difference. I don't have a lot of experience with Spy 27, and I'm honestly not sure, since Crucible is no longer a company. If this steel will even continue to be made, I don't really see another company picking it up just to sell to Spyderco. So more than likely Spy 27 will get phased out. I don't know that for sure. It's just a hunch. It is running on phosphor bronze washers. It is very smooth. This particular one came centered, which is awesome but rare for me, because usually every Spyderco that comes across this table is not centered, but this one is. So that's cool. This would be a great work knife. I have plenty of work knives, so I wouldn't buy it. If I would like to have this knife, but I'm not going to go purchase it just because it would be a great work knife, because I have plenty of work knives. But if you are looking for a good one and done all arounder and you like a big knife, this would be probably a really good one for you. Now the actual grind itself, I like it. I like how this plunge goes back towards the handle there. I like the fact that it doesn't have a sharpening choil. Most people like the sharpening choil. I prefer it exactly like this because it doesn't get stuck on cuts like a sharpening choil does. And Spyderco is very well known for that. And they do it on purpose to the dismay of lots and lots of people. But it is done for a reason. Now I know it makes it harder to sharpen it without getting up into this flat there, but it can be done, and it can, just a little patience and a little extra work. But I like it like this myself. It came extremely sharp, very, very sharp actually. It does have a little wonky edge on it. I don't know if I can show that on camera, but up here the edge is a little wonky. It's kind of wavy, and the edge bevel itself is really, really wide, which isn't that big of a deal. And I'm guessing they did it because the blade is pretty thick behind the edge, so they laid that edge back a little bit to accommodate that. But it's a very robust knife. So after a couple sharpenings, I believe that little wonky waviness would go away. But, that's what happens when you have machines doing most of the work. The knife is $225, which for an American-made knife and a good steel with good quality control is just fine. I think it's a good price. I don't think it's high at all. And if you buy one of these at DNK, make sure you use a coupon code. I don't get a thing for this, by the way. I don't make money off of this like some affiliate programs do. It helps DNK, and it helps you guys get 10% off. So not a lot really to talk about on this knife. It is does have a little bit of skeletonization on the liners, but not a lot. So it's kind of hefty. We're going to see how hefty that is. I'll try to get that in frame without the light shining on it. There we go. So it weighs 4.4-ish ounces. So it is pretty hefty, which I like, but I know a lot of people do not like that. It's got the Shaman style clip, so it's not the same 3-hole pattern that most Spydercos are, but they do sell aftermarket clips for these deep carry, which is probably what I would do. I'm not a big fan of the spoonbill clips from Spyderco. They work really well. I just don't like the way they look, and that's just my, my perception. I don't particularly care for it. Big stop pin, big thick washers in there. Again, like I said, this would be a fantastic work knife. Really, really good. I like the smooth G10. I think it's pretty sweet. And I'm sure there's scales out there already for this knife. So if you want titanium or micarta or whatever, I'm sure it is available. So all around, good knife. I like it. I haven't been able to use it again because it's not mine. But it is so similar to the Shaman, which is a fantastic work knife that I'm pretty confident that this would perform probably right around the same as the Shaman. The Bodacious. Alright guys, that's all I got on this one. Make sure you go to each other, love each other, and remember, Life is way too short to be a dumb cunt. Later.